Okay guys, so some of the details we want to pay attention to are what's happening to, or what's going to happen to the gun. If the person has their hand on the gun in their side waistband, and I show no aggression, and I step and insert my hands and move him, what I'd like to do ideally is, before they can really get the gun and grip it and take it out, is move the arm behind the back. Because now, it's very difficult for them to reach the gun with their other hand, and even if they start to move like that, I'm putting the pressure on the arm and keeping them focused on that pain. Of course, this has to be wrapped all the way, and I do want the arm tight to me so that there's no space for them to become free. This is when I can then take the gun away and use it as we talked about before. Because the main idea is to isolate the weapon. Sometimes, of course, the gun may be in his hand because he's just a second sooner than I am, and it's already out of the holster, the waistband, the whatever, so that as I move, it's the same motion, but now the gun comes with him. And this is an issue. This is an issue because even if I'm holding the arm, the lock is not more powerful than perhaps his determination to use his weapon. So if this is the case, you need to cover everything. Cover everything right away, right? Don't think it's unrealistic. It's highly, highly unlikely, but it could be possible for him to turn the arm this way and start to shoot in my direction, and that's just too close for comfort. In the scuffle, that's not a situation I want to deal with. So if I see the gun is with him, then I want to cover the wrist with the opposite hand, and it's really important now that I do stay very close to him and keep this all here, right? At this point, if you're able to, you can take the gun away out of his hand. And how do you do that? You put pressure this way on the elbow to make the torque in the shoulder painful so that the grip opens. And now I can take the gun away, maybe even here. Again, if you're not trained with a firearm, it's best not to use it because something could go wrong in the mechanics of the weapon. Something could go wrong in the weapon jamming. The main thing, though, would definitely be to control the weapon. Sometimes we see people do this scenario, and as he starts to pull the gun out, because it's already come with his hand, as I step and get the hand behind the back, right, somehow we do this, and he just sort of drops the gun and it falls away. And if that happens, that's not very good for me, because he can grab it, or maybe his friend can run up and take it. I don't know if this guy's alone or not, or his gang is backing up, I don't know, right? So when this happens, again, the main thing is to control the weapon. So you can just step on it in the meantime until you can control the scenario, create the distance, and retrieve the weapon and isolate it yourself, all right? Which would be this and then this, okay? So just keep in mind there's more happening here in this scenario than just the purely cooperative experience of me saying, I don't want any trouble, and he poses for me in this nice hand gesture, which allows me to step, insert, and move, and he doesn't have the gun. When I walk to the side, I take it away. That's great. That's great for cooperative training. More realistically, he'll struggle. The gun may or may not come loose. As soon as it does come too loose, my focus has to be controlling the weapon, not him. So in the scenario, or in a situation where when he reaches, he manages to clear the gun from the waistband like this, then I immediately have to continue to get him low and lock it down, right? Cover everything like this and stay very close to him. If we do this and before that happens, the gun comes free for some reason, I want to control him and get away, get him away from the weapon and just cover it with my foot. Right? Now at this point, if he wants to struggle and get free or something like that, fine, I'm going to help him move so that I can retrieve and keep my eyes on him at all times. And of course, don't cross the feet. Moving back, that's very dangerous, you can fall. It's always about the base. All right, so look at the scenario now where you cover the gun with the free wrist, the hand that would retrieve the gun because the gun's come with him this time. And he brought the gun along with him. He came out a little early, and I pulled him down, and I just cover here and control and keep the weapon in my view. All right? Go ahead, guys.